I'm here with the new Round Rock principal, Mr. Gordon Butler. That is a powerful name, I have to say, first and foremost.
It's a middle-aged man.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, okay?
Yeah.
Brand new to the school, you and I are kicking this off together. I think it's only fitting to have you be the very first guest. So tell us a little bit about where you come from, your background.
Yeah, as far as background, my dad was in the military, so grew up all over this country, all over the world, which has given me a very unique perspective, and found my calling in education. Excited to be around Rock Dragon.
Excellent, excellent. So who growing up, like you played sports, what sports? Talk a little bit about your student athlete experience in Germany.
Gosh, the thing that I remember most was, outside of my parents, my coaches had such a powerful impact on my life. They encouraged, they held me accountable, but most importantly, they just told me you gotta dream big. And so that's kind of fueled me throughout life, that it's easy to fall into a routine and to settle, but I can fall back on those principles I learned on the field. And so that's why I'm a big believer in extracurricular activities.
And so now you're coming into Round Rock. Tell me a little bit about what drew you here. I mean, you've run some mega school districts. You've been principal at some of the biggest schools in the state of Texas. What drew you to Dragon Nation?
I've heard multiple people say that even though Round Rock is a multi-high school district, it still has that small town feel where everybody really wants to be a Dragon. We're the namesake school, and I just saw that, no pun intended, but we're a sleeping dragon. There are so many things we do great, but I think the potential to do even more is here. And so that's what drew me. And then also when you look at our demographics, we truly represent America, and that's important to me.
And now, what do you see from the student athletes that you have here at Dragons helping build this culture and the small town feel that you talk about?
I think I look at our student athletes as really an extension of our leadership team on our campus, where student athletes have a powerful platform, and we try to encourage them and even make them be the leaders that they're capable of being, because when those young men and young women are taking the lead to lead the school, we have such an amazing culture, and I think we can build a great year.
Let's build on that.
Okay.
That's a great point, right? So how do you see the Dragon sports programs evolving under your leadership?
I think number one is with tangible support. A lot of people talk about being present, but that means like being there not just at the games, but also the practices, talking to kids in between classes, and then helping our students to realize that there's a purpose behind playing the game. Obviously the life skills, but also you have to go out with the mentality, and you have to have this belief system that we are capable of so much more. And I'm going to say that with every sports program, from our all sports to winter to spring sports.
Awesome, awesome. And then you mentioned it's kind of a melting pot here. Like, Round Rock's 135,000 people strong. We have people from all different walks of life. How do you encourage, we've got some student athletes that come from tougher situations, tougher home lives. How do you encourage them academically to kind of use these sports and the school to kind of balance the two and to use that as a springboard for their future?
I think we need to make sure sports aren't ever done in isolation. They are part of the greater plan of what a student experiences at a school. And when I think about a student athlete, just the opportunities that sports provides. Show me a class where you're going to get pushed physically, mentally, emotionally. Also have the opportunity to really dig deep and get incredible coaching, and also just to have leadership opportunities. Sometimes that does happen in the core academic classroom, but when you're on the field or court, like, you can't hide. And I think that's important for our student athletes to understand that, like, the light is on you, so you got to rise to the occasion.
So Friday night, it's our first home night, and it's seniors night. So we're kind of packing everything in here at once. Describe your ideal Friday night. You drive into Round Rock, the Dragon Stadium. What does that look like to you?
Number one, a lot more room in the parking lot. There's an energy that people come early, and that not just our students, but our parents, that, I'm a UT guy by trade, but I would like our fans to be less like UT and more like Alabama and LSU, that controlled obnoxiousness where, in fact, my last high school football game when I was principal at another school, it was at Round Rock, it was at Dragon Stadium, and I watched the mighty Dragons reach up and knock somebody out of the playoffs in the first round for the first time in like 15 or 20 years. And the thing that stuck with me was the atmosphere. And like the students had this belief that like they were going to win, and the parents had this belief. And so I want that to be every game. And we shouldn't wait to playoffs. That should be game one, all the way until we play that other school that's slightly west of us at the end of the year.
Excellent, excellent. So one goal for this year, for you as a new principal coming into Round Rock High School, what do you see, would you say this is one of my top 1 or 2 goals for the year?
And that's, you said lightweight question. It's pretty heavy on the front. I think the one goal is that I want everybody, from our students to our staff to our parents, to believe that we are the best high school in the state of Texas. And not because of any one metric, but because of multiple metrics. But if we're going to believe it, then we have to back up with actions and support.
Excellent, excellent. All right, let's have a little bit of fun.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's get some participation out here. Let's go 2 truths or a lie.
Okay.
And it's harder for him because he's just sitting up here getting this now for the first time. For the future speakers, they get some time to think about this.
Okay. So you just want me to list?
Yeah, go ahead. 3 things, and then let everyone guess to see which one is the lie.
Working on a PhD, went to 14 different schools as a twin brother.
Wow. Alrighty, so working on a PhD, 14 schools,
True.
and has a twin brother.
Lie.
I agree with that. And the reason I think that's a lie is I read your bio, so I'm going to ignore the first one. I read the first one. But number 2, you said you're a military family. And every military family, that's the one. You know, I have 2 brothers in the Marine Corps, and all my nieces, multiple. Alrighty, what is your hype song? Like you're listening, when's the last song you listened to driving in this morning on a Friday?
Well, this is a family-friendly atmosphere, so I default to, gosh, what was it? Actually, I was listening to a podcast that makes me kind of old and middle-aged, I know. But hype song, anything by Outkast.
Nice, nice. Alrighty, and if you could go back in time and you could spend one day with any person, alive, dead, his story today, you name it, who would that be?
Probably my grandfather, who his name was McKinley Johnson, and that's my middle name, McKinley, simply because now that he's passed, my dad started sharing stories about his experiences in World War II, and like the guy did a lot of things, and like when he passed, I was just so young, I didn't have a chance to connect, and he was an avid baseball fan, and I would love to sit and just talk baseball with him about, you know, his lifelong affinity for the Baltimore Orioles and what a terrible team that is.
Hold on a second. Gordon McKinley
Yes.
Butler. That is presidential, if I've ever heard of a presidential name.
Now it screams middle age.
Well, hey, thank you for being our first guest.
Absolutely.
Really glad to have you and have you at the school.
Well, you didn't ask me about my prediction for school.
Oh, yeah, we're going to give that to you. Oh, tonight. Well, I was going to leave our schools out of it.
No, I'm
Oh, go ahead. What's ours?
So, I mean, take us to the bank. You know, I forget we actually may give up an early score, but when it's all said and done, we'll go Dragons 31, Temple 24.
We're going to add this as a question for everybody. Real quickly, we're going to do like speed dating.
Okay.
Okay. This is the printout of
Yeah.
excluding last night's game, but starting with tonight, Chiefs at Chargers. Who do you
Chiefs.
have?
Chiefs.
Okay. Can somebody jot this down? You want to jot this down for us? I'll have you do it at the end,
Okay.
so we can track this and give. We do, thanks to Via 313, we will have prizes to give away next
So you
week.
want to just go ahead and give it to me now, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to win
There
this.
you go. So we got Chiefs tonight.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Next, Bucks at Falcons.
You did my man shaking bed, Bucks,
Bengals at Browns.
who battled Ohio. Not a big fan of either. Let's go with Joe Burrow and Bengals.
Dolphins at Colts.
Dolphins have a very fashionable coach, but he is lacking in game day execution. We'll go with the upset. Let's go with the Colts.
Wow, there's the first upset of the night. Panthers at Jaguars.
Give me my man Trevor. Jags got good hair.
Raiders at Patriots.
Let's go with the old guy, Pete Carroll and the Raiders.
Cardinals at Saints.
We have a teacher that is a Saints fan and she wears me out, so I'll go with the Cardinals.
Steelers at Jets.
That's the easy one. G. Will and the Jets.
Giants at, we just found this out this morning, your
Yeah.
Commanders. We even have to ask
Yeah,
that question.
Commanders, all day, every day.
Titans at Broncos.
Rookie quarterbacks do not do well to start. Let's go with the Broncos.
49ers at Seahawks. That's a tough one.
Let's go with Mr. Irrelevant and the 49ers.
Lions at Packers.
Go, Pat, go.
Texans at Rams.
My career takes me to Houston. I've done something wrong, so let's go with the Rams.
Ravens at Bills.
It's terrible. I'm a little Lamar Jackson. Let's go with the Bills.
And Vikings at Bears Monday night.
Toilet bowl. Let's go with the Vikings.
Excellent. And Super Bowl prediction.
Super Bowl prediction. Let's go with the Lions versus Bills and Bills.
Excellent. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, buddy.
I enjoyed it.
That was fun.
That was a blast.
Yeah, absolutely.
On this.
Well, I know I'll beat you in predictions for sure, so I'm not worried about that.
Come on.
Terrible traffic, food is overrated, the weather is worse. Keep going, like, I'm telling you, I got a lot of mistakes, I'm holding in.
Yes. Yeah.
So you mean I stop recording? Keep a name.
What's that?
You mean stop recording?
No,
You never
keep
record.
recording. Keep that.
Actually, you're not.
No. No, but if anything, it'll save it for later. I can
You
read.
know what I do appreciate?
That needs to be done there. It should. We're just trying to pick up the mic.
No sound is working. Like on the live stream, there's no sound. Nobody can hear me.
Yeah, because I don't have this board plugged in here. I've just gone off and getting it. Hold on a second. Let me fix it here.
And then I texted you all that.
It's like,
Yeah, because I let mine lapse because I thought, oh, I'm never going to Take care.
We'll see you tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Oh, what sounds?
All right, and that should do it. That should do it.
Is that, are we good? I'm gonna tell people to try now.
It's going to be a 20-second delay on the
Okay.
on the cast. I mean, we're good here. It wasn't picking up there.
How do I turn these headphones down?
Oh, right here.
Just turn it in the ears.
What did you want to
Just
do?
really loud. No.
That's right here.
So it's really loud. I'm gonna last. Yeah.
All righty, so we're going to go on to part 2 here. Coach Dreyer,
Hi, how are you?
welcome. It's nice to meet you.
Is this guy on?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And there you go.
You wanna put the mic right? Turn the mic right there. Good. You wanna talk a
Yeah.
little bit?
Better.
Talk a little bit?
Test 2, 3. Good talk.
Test. 1, 2.
All right, good. Excellent. All right, so I'm here with Coach Christy Dreyer. 2003, I guess you came back and got your dream job.
2003, huh? I think it was 2017 actually when I came back. I got my dream job and then came back again 3 years ago. So yeah, dream job for sure. Couldn't be in a better place.
What is it like? So you were part late 80s, early 90s, right? And then-
Wow,
and
why'd
then-
you have to go there?
Because I'm there too,
That's
so
okay.
we're all, everyone in this room is there, so we're good. But you went on and played collegiately, but talk a little bit about your time here, like what it's like.
Man, I drive a specific way to school just so that I can drive through my neighborhood. It's not the way that I should come, so it takes me a little longer, but just because I go back down memory lane, it brings me such joy and good feelings and nostalgia. So class of 91, right? It's been special since I can remember, from my freshman year, actually middle school in Round Rock, because it's such a sports community and just a kid community, right? What an amazing place to raise kids and now teach kids and train kids. Being back is, it's a dream come true. So it makes my heart happy.
So what was it that made you want to be a coach in life?
You know, it's so interesting that question came up. I moved from Houston because I was just talking about this last night with someone. We hosted a middle school game here. So it was Cedar Valley versus Walsh. We try to do that every year in the Dragon Gym. And my very first coach that was at Chisholm Trail was a coach at Cedar Valley, and now is retired, and she was coaching, she was doing the book in our small gym for the 7th graders. Her daughter coaches at Cedar Valley, the 8th grade team. And so I see Coach Petty every year, and she was my very first coach at Chisholm Trail, and she made such an impact on me. I actually took my daughter, who is now a freshman, over to Coach Petty to introduce her, and I said, this is my very first coach, and she's the reason that I'm a coach today. Like, she had that much of an impact on me.
That's awesome. So I'm going to divert because you opened the door, and I did want to bring this up. A little special this year, right? Coming in and starting your summer and all the work that goes into volleyball, but a little member of the team this year.
A little member is right. She's a tiny little thing. She's full of joy and gusto. So it is the absolute joy of my life to be able to coach my kid. I coached her when she was little, for sure, and I kind of gave her up into the club world. I gave her to some different coaches. I feel like she didn't need to hear my voice for a while, and now I get her. I think the most special part is that we are both dragons, right? Like, so I'm an old dragon, she's a new dragon, and sharing the tradition that is Round Rock High School and Round Rock volleyball has been really, really special. And it is not lost on me. It is something that I'm grateful for every day. I love watching them play.
How does that impact you? You know, I love this, the dragon tradition. How does that impact you with the girls you're coaching today and the impact you're trying to have on their lives?
So one of the first things that when I came in is I wanted to reintroduce tradition. I don't think it's talked enough about. I think the new blood, so to speak, kind of took it for granted, and so I really tried to bring a lot of that back. That was actually our first change when I came in. Like, everything that we did, it's in our locker room, it's on our shirts, tradition. Where winning is tradition, because the first coaches I had instilled that. I mean, Linda Pryor, I think, coached close to 30 years at Round Rock High School, and she was big on tradition. I mean, she still calls me to this day and asks me about games and scores and the whys, and hey, did you do this? I mean, we play the same intro song as we did when I was in high school. You can't go wrong with Queen. So, I mean, now you know I gave you away my hype song, but...
Well, I got to go to a second one. What was
Right.
the last song you listened to driving in this morning?
Oh,
Through your
man.
old neighborhood.
So talk about being a nerd, like Mr. Butler. You didn't say that. I shouldn't use that word. NPR, actually. I listen to NPR in the morning. I'm more of a music person in the evening, but if I have to listen to music in the evening, I'm usually going with old country. So like George Jones, Merle Haggard, Don Williams, those guys. Yeah.
Excellent. What advice do you give to your young athletes that are coming through the program who want to go on and play like you did at a collegiate level, at an elite level?
I think the biggest thing is repetition, right? You can't skip. I think you have to set goals early, and even when it's hard, you got to show up, especially when it's hard, you show up. And the other thing I try to instill in them is that you can't do what everyone else is doing, because everybody is practicing for 2 hours a day. Everybody's going to their game. Everybody's lifting weights. What else are you doing, right? Are you watching film? Are you coming in early, getting extra reps? Are you staying late? Are you watching skills on, potentially YouTube? Are you watching collegiate volleyball? Are you slowing things down? Are you watching your position? Just the extra things that I think kids that don't take into account, that they think, I'm just going to do what I'm doing and go play. It doesn't work that way.
Sure, absolutely. If you could spend one day, alive, dead, anywhere in your life, it would be the one day you'd want to spend the day with and why?
This one is tough because it's so emotional. There's probably two people, but I'll give you one. Definitely my grandmother. So my grandmother died before the Astros won the World Series, and she was the most rabid Houston fan on the face of the planet. She knew stats of every player on the Houston Oilers, the Rockets, the Astros, right? So I grew up in her little, two bedroom, 900 square foot house, screaming at the Astros. She'd smoke 2 bags of cigarettes, and she'd have Milo Hamilton on the radio, and she'd turn down the announcers because she thought the announcers on the TV were biased, right? So she'd turn up the radio with her little antenna ears, or the tinfoil or whatever, and we would listen to Milo Hamilton call the Astros game. Those are some of the best memories of my life. So definitely talk baseball with her and then just kind of see what we're doing on the volleyball front. The game has changed a lot, so I think she'll do it.
That is deep. So I am going to break protocol and ask you, who's the second person?
My
Is that
father.
Your father.
Yep, definitely.
Awesome. Awesome. And this year, looking ahead to the team, what is the biggest surprise? What are you most excited about? What do you think?
What's cool about this team is, you know, no one thought we were going to be as good as we are. Like, I always believe that we're going to be good, right? Like, I see things in the kids that sometimes I don't think they can see themselves. But we have shown it with action, right? Like, we have beat a lot of ranked teams. We are continuing to grow and get better. I think we were the underdog this year, and now everybody's kind of talking about us. We're in some conversations. And what's cool is like the teams that we've beat. Like we played a team at Volley Blues that had 8 D1 commits, and we have, you know, 1 D1 commit. And we have two other collegiate kids, but we're just a team of kids that just do things right. Like we work hard, and we have all kinds of weapons, not just 1, 2, or 8, right?
Yeah.
And so we've really come together, so I've been really proud of them. And we're very defensively minded. They're really good defense.
Awesome. All right. Last question. 2 truths and a lie.
I know I was thinking of this. I'm kind of a dork when it comes to this stuff. So let's see. I have 4 kids, 4 dogs, and I've been to Hawaii 4 times.
You don't have 4 dogs. No 4 dogs.
I'm going to
No
abstain
4
from
dogs.
the answers because I
No,
think
yeah.
I know.
Oh,
Think
you
it.
probably do, actually.
The dogs.
Dogs.
Nope. I have 4
Hawaii.
dogs. Who has 4 dogs? This dummy, right? Yeah.
Hawaii.
Yeah, I've been 3. I want to go 10 times. Like, it's my favorite place. So, yeah.
Excellent.
That's good.
That was great.
That's
pretty good.
That was awesome. All right, so let's go. Speed. NFL picks, speed dating style. By the way, I was going to look at the college games, but really there aren't many good college games this weekend. Like I couldn't even pick like 5 that I thought were good.
Yeah, pretty easy picks.
Yeah, they were pretty simple. All right, so here we go. Excluding last night's debacle, Chiefs at Chargers,
I love the Chiefs.
Buccaneers at Falcons,
Definitely Tampa. Yeah.
Bengals at Browns,
I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I love Joe Burrow. Yeah.
Dolphins at Colts,
How about this one? Let's go Dolphins. As a kid, I like their uniforms.
Panthers at Jags,
I'm gonna go with Jags.
Raiders at Patriots,
Cannot root for the Raiders. I'm going with Patriots. Even though, now that Belichick's gone, I'm going with Patriots.
Cardinals at Saints,
I'm gonna go with Cardinals. I've got a connection over there that I'm rooting for, so we'll see.
You're giving us a bunch of new questions
I know,
between the Patriots and the
I know,
Cards,
I
kind
know.
of teasers for a future one. Steelers at Jets,
I'm gonna go with the Jets.
okay? Giants at Commanders,
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with the Commanders. I think probably to keep my job.
Titans at Broncos,
Probably the Titans. It's the old Oilers. I'm gonna go with that.
49ers at Seahawks,
49ers.
Lions at Packers,
Lions.
Texans at
I will
Rams,
never root against Houston. I'm going with the Texans.
Ravens at Bills,
Probably the Bills. Yeah.
and finally Vikings at Bears.
Again, let's go with the Vikings. One of my high school guys loves the Vikings, so my high school friends.
And what is your Super Bowl prediction?
Probably. Who is my Super Bowl prediction? Let's see. I'm gonna go with the Lions. And I'm gonna say 49ers.
Excellent.
Do I have to pick a winner?
Sure.
I'm gonna go with the Lions. It's their time.
Well, they can't play each other. They're both in the
Oh,
NFC.
my bad.
They're both
Okay,
the
sorry,
NFC.
sorry. See,
So that's a
those-
championship game. She's got the championship.
Okay, so, let's see. Who,
Bills, Ravens.
I'll go with Bills.
All right.
Okay. And I'm gonna pick the Lions.
Awesome.
Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think that's a Super Bowl everybody wants. So
I'm ready. I'm ready for the Lions to win.
excellent. Well, thanks you for joining us, and best of luck to you this
Thank
year.
you. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks. Well,
Good job.
So we'll have to take the video and put it up.
Good luck tonight.
We decided, we took the speakers, so we'd have speakers in here instead of hooking it up to the computer. So we're not getting a live feed, so we're recording it here,
Oh, okay.
and we'll pull it in.
Sounds good.
See you tonight.
Go get 'em. Coach Carter, you ready?
Sure.
Sure. I don't know what's up with this thing. It's not yours.
Okay,
sounds
it's
so much
working,
better.
Bob.
What's that?
It is working.
Oh, great.
But yours sounds so much better.
Bob?
Coach Carter, here's something I'm not used to, interviewing Coach Carter.
Good. Just making sure the mic's nice and close to your mouth.
Alrighty, so this is gonna be a little bit more like speed dating, because I think I only have you for 5 minutes.
Okay.
But I'll keep you as long as Coach lets me keep you. First and foremost, I know, Coach Carter, you always shift everything to about the team. But this is a very, very big year. And I believe somebody's sitting about 3 wins from a major career milestone. So so people who don't know, Coach Carter is 497 wins as a varsity coach. So I expect in our very first tournament play, and yes, it is a tournament, we are going to see 500th victory. How does that feel, like looking back on a career where you came to the school, you played at the school, went on and played collegiately at Texas Tech, and now you're here back at your school?
I'll just tell you this, I'm very blessed. When I was looking for a job, Coach Kelly Reeves, the athletic director, said, Johnny, you can't, it's hard to go and coach at your own school, the school you graduated from. It doesn't happen very often. Good things don't come from here because of the relationships you do have in the community. And I disagree. I think it's been a very powerful thing for me to be able to come home and impact my home community, and it means a lot to me. I'm very passionate about it. Coach Randy Franklin calls me Johnny Round Rock. I'm just very blessed. Coach Moore and I have a great relationship, and he does a fantastic job supporting all of our athletic programs. And our kids are great. They're great kids. They want to be successful. They want to keep the Dragon brand on top, and I just try to keep the ship going in the right direction.
So speaking of the Dragon brand, you have, as a former coach, one of the most exciting teams. Like I feel like a dream come true to come out and coach the young men that you have coming into this upcoming year. I know a lot of years as great kids, but I mean, when you have 6 top-tier pitchers in your arsenal, it's exciting to come into a season. Tell us a little bit about how you see the season coming up.
Well, that's what Coach Rod and I had that conversation this summer. We're real excited because we do have all of our arms coming back except for 2. We lost 2 senior arms from last year, and they were mainly out of the bullpen. They got a spot start here and there in tournaments, but once we got into play, they were bullpen guys, and our top 4 arms are returning with the most innings we have in a year, and so we're really excited about that. We're going to have to fill some holes in the lineup. Some RBIs that we lost, Chris Olson Brooks and Trajan Godby, but we really feel like that with the group that's coming from the JV up to the varsity, we got a chance to put a pretty good squad together. You know, we'll be lucky to win a game, but we'll go out and do our best.
Absolutely. So, talk to me a little bit about the man, the father, the husband, the coach that you are today. Who is the most influential person?
Oh, 100% my dad. He shows what self-sacrifice is all about on a daily basis. He's been serving our community for over 40 years, continues to do so. He got home about midnight last night from Washington, D.C., and he's told me always to work hard, put your nose down, go to work, and nothing's given to you. You gotta earn everything you do.
We'll have to go to another time where I can ask some deeper questions, because your father was also the judge when you were in high school in Rapper.
Correct.
Yeah, that must have been fun for you.
Let's just say I didn't want to make a bad choice.
Alrighty, so how do you balance the tradition and innovation in coaching? Because you have evolved a lot. I've seen it in my years in the program. How have you kept the traditions, the Dragon Nation tradition, but evolved your coaching style?
You know, that was hard at first. Coach Langerhans is who I played for, and so everything we did was the way he did it. And then when I went to Tech, I learned a little bit there, and I realized that it's a different generation of kids, and you have to feed them. You have to put it out there and give them some ownership in it. And so that's what we try to do, not only in baseball, but I think in football as well. We are doing the hype stuff. We're doing the things that kids like. And you want them passionate about what they're doing, and if they're having fun. That's the most important. That's what sports are all about. Sometimes we have too many people living vicariously through each other and through others. Just go have fun, enjoy the game, and play it the right way. That's the big thing. If you play it the right way with character, hard work, and hustle, good things are going to happen.
So, I mean, that's a perfect segue. What do you look for in these young athletes beyond just raw talent, abilities? Like, what are you looking for in the ideal players, you know, rounded out beyond just what they can do on the line?
Be great teammates. To me, it's serving each other. If I'm not in the game, how can I be like you said, I love the team, and what can I do? What role can I play to make the team better? Whether it be a scout team player, whether it be a courtesy runner, whether it be a statistician. Find a way to have an impact in the team, because you're going to have to do that in the future when you become a father, a husband, and an employee.
Excellent. All right, so quickly, two questions. How is coaching football influenced you to be a better baseball coach? And how has being a baseball coach influenced you to become a better football coach?
You know, that's a tough question. I think both of them is just about the relationships you can develop with kids. Be present with them. Let them understand that you have expectations, and don't be afraid to tell them you love them. I think I've learned that. Coach Moore tells them all the time, we love you guys, and I tell my guys the same thing. I love my job. I love my job. I spend a lot of time with other people's kids, and I stay up at night wondering, like prom night.
Yep.
I worry about what happened on prom night.
Yep.
And I just think that you got to put your heart into it. If you do, good things will happen for you.
Absolutely. All right, let's make this a little fun here. 2 truths and a lie.
All right, this was a tough one for me. I was born in Round Rock, Texas. I am the great-great-great-grandson of a famous Flemish painter, and I was on scholarship in 2 sports in college.
I'm going to abstain because I know a couple of the truths in there, so. Well, at least one of them. So what do we think?
You weren't born around me, you were on the end.
That's correct. I was not born in Round Rock. I was born in Austin, but I moved to Round Rock.
Yeah.
I didn't have a
That
hospital.
was too close, that was too close.
Yep. And anyway, Coach, thank you. I know you and I will be doing hopefully a lot more of these in the January, February as we first celebrate 500 wins. I'm kind of glad it's early in the season because I know you don't like it, the spotlight on you.
Absolutely, I don't.
But you deserve it. And then we'll get to move forward. So real quickly, let's do the speed dating version.
Okay.
And we gotta get some of you guys to jot these down, all right?
Okay.
So we're gonna go quickly here. Chiefs at Chargers.
Chiefs.
Bucks at Falcons.
I'm taking the Bucks.
Bengals at Browns.
I'm going to go Bengals as well.
Dolphins at Colts.
Let's go Colts.
Panthers at Jags.
Jags.
Raiders at Patriots.
Patriots.
Cardinals at Saints.
Cardinals.
Steelers at Jets.
That's a tough one. I'm going to go with the Jets. J-E-T-S.
Jets. Giants at Commanders.
Commanders.
Titans at Broncos.
Broncos.
I got Broncos winning the West. 49ers at Seahawks.
49ers.
Lions at Packers.
That's going to be a great game. I'm going to take the Packers home.
Texans at Rams.
Rams.
And this is the.
And I'm a Texans fan too.
Yeah.
I just think the Rams got a chance.
I think this is going to be the AFC Championship preview. You've got your Ravens at Bills.
If it was at Baltimore, I'd take them, but I'm going to go with the Bills.
And finally, Vikings at Bears.
Vikings.
Excellent. All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Always good to see you.
Thank you as well.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
All righty, so are we still good here? We buying some coffee? Special thanks to Lamppost for sponsoring us. All right, so I'm here now with Coach Moore. Coach, first off, let's talk a little bit about last night. We had a little football played last
We
night.
did, yeah. So far some games went well last night. We had, I must say, 3 out of the 5 games we had, we won last night. It was really good. JD White and Maroon teams both took some victories last night in Temple. And then our freshman Maroons lost last night. They said they played really hard. It actually had massive improvement from week 1, but we still lost that game. And the freshman White team, 32-0, won a big one. It's really good. And then our freshman C team took a loss out of Legacy Ranch. They actually played the B team. So they played up a level, which is really, really good. They're seeing really good competition. And so it's been really good to just get that team a full schedule, full 10 games. I think a lot of our kids are getting really good reps on Thursday nights, which is really, really good. So,
And so you have 3 freshman teams, and you're the athletic director.
yeah.
How in the world are you doing the scheduling?
It's a Wizard School nightmare.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, it actually works out really good because a lot of the big schools around the area have C teams, and so we've kind of like made this little outlaw schedule, so they get to, play each one of those teams twice, which makes 8 games, and then I just go try to find 2 extra games on top. So it actually works out really, really good.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. All right, so let's get into football a little bit here.
All right.
Last week, Shoemaker, not the outcome we wanted, and we'll get more in depth on that in a different interview. But what were 2 or 3 good takeaways?
Well, I was really excited to see some of the positivity out of our offense, which is really, really good. They showed some really, really good things. We actually showed some really good things on defense too, but when you have 5 turnovers, it's hard to win a game. And so we talked about that, ball security and everything that goes along with that all this week. And hopefully we'll see a change tonight.
Excellent. So what were you most surprised about?
Well, positively or negatively?
Now we can go both. I wanted to start positive.
Yeah.
Because like when I was a coach, it was midway through my coaching career that I realized that I stopped one day and I said to my players, my job is to find something.
Yeah.
You could do 99 things right. My job is to find the one that you're not.
Yeah, well, I was actually, with the exception of a couple turnovers, I thought all of our special team stuff that we did was really, really good. It looked like we were, well polished, especially for game 1, when a lot of times that's not the case. Special teams usually kind of takes the back burner a lot of times. So seeing some of that was really, really good. Excuse me, but the thing that was surprising, probably the most, was just noticing just the lack of experience that we did have. We did graduate a lot of dudes last year, and I think that it was, I needed to make sure I went back to ground zero again, and just made sure we started with this basic fundamentals and techniques and all that kind of thing again this week. Just to reiterate, just to make sure that we're all on the same page, knowing that each and every thing that we take for granted sometimes might not be understood correctly. So it was actually really good self-reflection, self-evaluation time, just because we did notice that. For example, this is so silly and simple, and all of you guys are going to notice it now, but knowing when to raise your hand on the national anthem. Half our guys didn't even know how to do that, right? So I'll take the blame for that because we should practice that. But at the same time, it just shows the lack of experience that we do have, right? Which is completely fine. We're going to get them right, and we're going to make sure we're all on the same page. But that just showed me that we get a lot of growth to do. Yeah.
So let's talk about that a little bit. How do you get these players, or how do you help them develop leadership skills beyond the field, beyond playing?
Well, you got to lean on your older guys to help with that thing. You got to have them be the example, right? You have to have them, do things and make sure you tell the young guys to take notice in those things. But it has to be by the players. We can definitely get them to, do this, do that, make sure you're here and there. But if it's not players really saying it and having like true team leadership or player leadership, then a lot of times it kind of goes unnoticed because it's coach telling me what to do, not necessarily like coaching me. You see what I'm saying? So I really lean about leadership council a ton for that type of stuff. But just like I said, even if it's in film, we're talking about like base daily stuff continuously. Like it's just like until we're blue in the face, and you have to do it that way. And so, but it's also getting those leadership council guys to also coach when they're not taking reps, and like they're all. I like to say that we have 22 coaches because you add 7 guys to our 15, that should be 22 coaches on our staff, including leadership council, right? So I really try to work with those guys.
And you literally are reading my mind, because the question I have is, let's talk a little bit about this leadership council. I think that's a really interesting thing that you have.
Yeah, so the leadership council starts, in February. We start doing an interview process, and just like many of us who have careers, we got to go through some pretty tough interviews, right? And I don't want their first interview for a career to be the first time they ever do that. And so I'm trying to teach them some life lessons when it comes to that. And so round 1, they got to fill out an application. If they're actually, round 1 is actually, I get in front of the entire group, and I get a list of names on the board. Who do you think needs to be on the leadership council? So it's like a player vote first, right? Because I want to know who has the influence on our program. Okay. And then we get those votes, and then we send applications to the guys that are the top, 12 or whatever. Usually we take, it's usually 6 seniors and 1 junior. This year we have 5 seniors and 2 juniors. But there's not a perfect formula. It's just like whoever has the best influence, right? But they do an application, and then we pick through, all the coaches vote on all the applications that have been sent in, and they have to put a write-up and a video within that application. And then we ask them to come in, all the coaches vote, and then the top however many come in and actually do an in-person interview. Like 4 coaches, the kids sitting on the other side of the table, and it's like drilling on questions. And, it's tough, it's hard, but if it wasn't that, then it's not going to mean anything, right? If it was easy and I just kind of gave it to them, then it's like, okay, whatever. But now that they have to really work for it, then they have a little more pride in it.
So I got to go there. I got to ask this in a positive way.
Yeah.
Right? We don't need to go negative. In a positive way. Has there been a player that's name showed up on the board that you were like, wow, I didn't really expect that to come? Like just shocked you, like out of left field where?
Yeah, there's actually, quite a few dudes, but like both Dove and Shy Stickler are phenomenal kids, but they do a great job leading. Like they're high energy kids, they're constantly talking, they're constantly coaching, and it really means something to them. And so I would say those 2 guys have really stepped up and did a phenomenal job. But we have other guys that do a great job too. I'm not saying one's better than the other, anything like that, but what I am saying is those guys that really shocked me on how well they have done.
So at what point in your life did you say, I want to be a coach? I want to impact kids' lives and make future men?
So just like I talked about, leadership council guys stepping in, like where coaches, like filling in the void where coaches maybe have not had a chance to really be one-on-one, and where the players have been more of a player-coach situation was exactly how it was at TCU. And so it was like their formula for them to say, coaches are going to give us the meat and potatoes, but you guys got to make sure that all this is taught, right? So once I became kind of that leader in our defensive line room, is when I was like, okay, I'm actually kind of good at this, and I enjoy coaching younger guys or getting caught up in this and that, and kind of taking younger guys under my wing, and I liked doing that. But I also at the same time had really great coaches in high school. I had a phenomenal middle school coach. My middle school coach made me so hungry to want to do something for my school, and whatever it was, football, basketball, baseball, track, it didn't matter. I just wanted to compete, and he instilled that. And then going into high school, I had great coaches. But then when I got to TCU, I was like, I think this coaching thing might work out. And so, it's kind of like getting that feeling of actually, being able to instill some kind of confidence and teach you techniques and that kind of thing to a kid was really intriguing to me.
So, interesting now, right? You parlay that because your oldest son
Yeah.
is now playing 7th grade football,
Yeah.
getting his first introduction. And he's playing for, I'm biased, I had my third boy is now playing for Neary. So how is that now being a dad, not being the coach or
Yeah.
athletic director, but being a dad in the stands watching?
Yeah, well, it's tricky because I don't want to be coach until I have to be coach, right? So I really actually am pretty hands off. And if you ask, I'll tell, or I'll coach. But like I completely trust Coach Neary, Coach Salazar, Coach Campbell, or Walsh. They do a phenomenal job, and they're doing exactly what we do here, at the high school. So when he comes home and talks to me about this or that, and then we're talking the same language, right? But I really try to stay hands off. I want to be dad. I don't want to be coach because I'm not going to be coach for 4 years when he gets here. But I want him to enjoy coming home and telling me his highlights, and not necessarily wanting to be coach all the time.
Okay, so here we go. 3 quick rapid questions.
Yeah.
Go to pump up song.
Man, I am I'm like all over that. But like go-to pump-up songs, like I'm a mid 2000s like heavy metal guy growing up, but now it's gone so much to the other side. Like I'm more like calm down music before I go on the field because I get a little amped up sometimes. But when kind of here lately, it's been more like I even feel like or I even put on some like Explosives in the Sky, which is like all the Friday Night Lights music. I put that on because it's just like soothing, right? Just kind of calm down a little bit. But I'm a big like Texas country fan, so like I'll be around that as much as I can.
Nice. All right, so give me one person, any point of life, history, whatever. You can go get and spend one day with. Who's that going to be?
So can I have two?
Of course.
All right. So my idol growing up was David Robinson. He was the admiral that sitter for San Antonio Spurs back in the day. And just everything he was about, everything that he did, I just looked up to. I mean, I wore 50 every basketball season up until I got to high school. And I love that guy. And I would love to sit there and have a conversation with him. Like just talk about, not a blemish on what he did, just because he's such a great dude. And then if I had a chance to, pick somebody's brain, I would love that job too. That'd be awesome.
Excellent. All right, 2 truths and a lie.
I graduated with 65 people at high school. I lived in Alaska for 4 years, and I have, I'm trying to say this the right way. I played 5 sports in high school.
So what is it? Lived in Alaska?
Alaska.
What was the other one?
What was the first?
What was the first one? 65 people. See, that's too tricky because it could be 66, it could be 64. I know he's from a small town. I would say Alaska too. I'm going to agree with Mary.
Yeah, so I graduated with 65 people. I did live in Alaska for 4 years, but I haven't played football sports. Sorry.
See, it's always one of those.
Yeah.
Anyway, Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
And thank you.
Appreciate you having me.
Oh wait, we forgot the most important thing. Hold on, here we go. Speed dating. Speed dating style. Okay.
All right.
Chiefs at Chargers.
Chiefs.
Is somebody jotting these down? Awesome. Buccaneers at Falcons.
Bucks.
Bengals at Browns.
Bengals.
Dolphins at Colts.
Colts.
Panthers at Jags.
I can't not go with my boy Andy Dalton. If he plays Panthers.
Raiders at Patriots.
I'm gonna go Raiders.
Cardinals at Saints.
Cardinals.
Steelers at Jets.
Jets.
Giants at Commanders.
Commanders.
Titans at Broncos.
Titans.
Wow. There it is. Upset of the week. 49ers at Seahawks.
Can't stand it. The Seahawks.
Lions at Packers.
I'm gonna go with Lions.
Texans at Rams.
Rams. There's like 6 guys that are TCU guys on the Rams.
Ravens at Bills.
Let's go with Bills.
And Vikings at Bears.
Vikings.
And what is your Super Bowl prediction?
I'm going with Lions all the way, but I think hopefully it's Lions Bills.
Lions, Bills, that's the Super Bowl everybody wants.
Yes.
Good luck to you guys.
Thank you. Yay!
So now we